Okay, class, welcome to class. What is something that you do every night before bed?
Brush my teeth.
If you can write it down on a piece of paper, please. We'll talk about it afterwards. Mary, why do you have more than one marker?
I don't know. Problem child.
When you're done, if you could flip your papers over and look up at me, please. So when you're done, pair up with a partner and talk about your answers. Then we'll discuss them as a class.
I don't want the printer. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. There's only 2 people in the class, so.
Mary, what's your answer?
Brush my teeth.
Mine is
Mouth
say my
lights.
prayers. Oh, that's a good one. I put my eye mask on sometimes. Take some melatonin.
Or your head wrapped.
That was thinking of that, Mary.
Okay, right back in class. So what are some things that we came up with?
Turning off the lights.
That's a really good one.
Saying my prayers.
Oh, that's a really, really good one.
Haha.
Brushing our teeth.
That's a good one. Hygiene. Anything else?
I watch TV.
That is not such a good one.
I cuddle with my stuffed animals.
That's a good one. So we all.
Roommates good night.
What did you say?
I tell my roommates good night.
Oh, love that one. You probably have some really good roommates. So now we're gonna read a little story called Goodnight Moon. I'm gonna have it right here if you guys want to look up here. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs, and 2 little kittens, and a pair of mittens.
I can see the picture. Can you back?
Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a little toy house, and a young mouse, and a comb and a brush, and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush, good night room. Good night moon. Good night cow jumping over the moon. Good night light and the red balloon. Good night bears. Good night chairs." Do you see the picture, Savannah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good night kittens and good night mittens. Good night clocks and good night socks. Good night little house. Good night little mouse. Good night mouse. Good night comb and good night brush. Good night nobody. Good night mush. And good night to the old lady whispering hush. Good night stars. Good night air. Good night noises everywhere. Why do you guys think that I read you that little story?
Because it's nap time.
Okay, that's not the right answer. Mary, why do you think I read you that story?
She doesn't know.
I am not really sure.
Okay, so we read that story out loud to you guys so that you guys, it's about sleep. It talks about sleep. It told everything good night around the house, right? So it talks about sleep. It starts to calm everything down because when you're going to bed, everything in you starts to calm down and you get really, really tired and then you just fall asleep, right? So everything in you starts to relax and calm down. Everything around you as well. So now I handed you out earlier a KWL chart. It's what you know, what you want to know, and then what you've learned. So what do you know about sleep is what we're going to fill out first. So that's the K. So if you could write in there what you know. A couple things, 2 or 3 things like what you know about sleep. There are probably things you know about sleep that are obvious that you're just not writing down. Stop sharing your answers.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we're going to share them out loud. After we pair up, we're going to pair up with a partner, talk about them, then we're going to share them out loud. I'm about to separate you guys. Alright, I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds to put down what you know about sleep. Alright, the next one we're going to pair up to do, it's called what you want to know. So if you just pair up with your partner, you can use the same one that you had earlier. So for what you want to know, it's just you're going to talk about it. You can talk about it or you can write something down first and then talk about it. But then we're going to share with the class what you have for both what you know and what you want to know.
I would like to know about cycles 1 and 2. How are you?
We haven't shared those yet.
I want to know, to learn about the cycles of sleep.
Are you going to write down something, Mary? Okay.
I want to know why nightmares happen.
I really do want to know that.
Alright, are you guys done? You got enough answers?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so did you talk about it?
Yes.
Alright, come up with 2 things that you wrote down on both your papers to share from your know columns, and then 2 things from your want to know. As a class, we'll share them out loud. Talk about them, and then share them.
What are you going to share, Mary?
You need 8 hours sleep and it helps your brain.
Helps your brain? Okay. I'm going to say I like to do it and I don't get enough of it.
When I'm do what are even our dreams anyway?
Yeah. I'll do why do we get nightmares?
Okay. So what, Mary, what are you going to share? What are you sharing?
For which column?
The what do you know?
You need 8 hours, I think.
Okay.
And sleep helps your brain.
Yes, it does.
Oh, whatever.
So what are you sharing with the class?
What I know about sleep?
Yes.
I really like to sleep and I don't get enough of sleep.
Mary, what are you sharing with the what you want to know?
What are dreams?
That's a very good question. Very, very good question.
Why do we get nightmares?
That's a good question too. I like it. All right, so we're gonna actually save the what did I learn for the very end of class. So if you can put your KWL charts back to the side. Mary, I did not say fill that out. Put that to the side.
Mary's not listening, teacher.
Mary, not your whole notebook, just your chart. So now we're gonna learn about sleep.
Okay.
Mary.
Okay.
So, Mary, like you said, sleep helps our brains and bodies grow and develop. So it's extremely good for us. You can be your best you when you get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So you do need 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single day. I know not everybody's going to get that, but our bodies function best when we do have that. If you can't sleep, try drinking milk, drinking juice, or having a dark and quiet bedroom. And
I'm scared of the dark. I have a nightlight.
so we have a nightlight, yeah. But don't do this. Don't drink soda. Don't go to bed very late. And don't have a very loud and very bright room like our classrooms. Yes, we do that. So we also have some vocabulary words that are in our lesson. I'm going to ask you guys. You guys want to write these down?
Sure.
Yeah, you do. Stop throwing that ball. Sleep cycle. REM stage. Dreams. Nightmare. Insomnia. Adequate sleep. Look at me like that. Relaxing and resting. And that is the last vocabulary word. Now, out of all the ones I just read you, which ones can you define? How many of them can you define?
8.
Maybe like 3.
How many are there?
8.
8? Mary, you can define. Which ones can you define, Mary?
Nightmare.
I said which ones?
Oh, nightmare, dream, insomnia.
Okay, what is insomnia? Okay. Mary, what is nightmare?
It's like having a dream, but the opposite. So bad dream.
Savannah, what is insomnia?
Is it insomnia when you are like driving a car and you fall asleep?
So you can only define 7.
No. It's like you fall asleep. No, wait, that's narcolepsy.
No. Insomnia is when you cannot sleep at night.
Insomnia is when you cannot sleep. I just got it confused with narcolepsy.
Okay.
That's when you're driving a car and fall asleep. That's dangerous. You said it's like a dream.
Insomnia is the prolonged inability to fall asleep, stay asleep, or get back to sleep once a person is awakened during the night. Okay? Not falling asleep while driving a
Is
car.
nightmare good?
Yes, nightmare is good. Nightmare was good. It's like having a dream, but bad.
Exactly. Literally.
What about REM stage?
That's when your eyeballs go.
Okay.
When you're gonna sleep.
So.
You know how Karen said that thing? She goes, one of us in the room is an idiot. And then points at me. I'm pointing at you.
So we've talked about sleep, and we've talked about things that are good and bad that you can do. So our next assignment, if you'll pull out a piece of paper, list things that will make you stay up at night. You have 45 seconds.
I have 45 seconds.
And then who's pressure?
All right, have you done that one?
Yep.
Now list things that will help you fall asleep at night. All right, now if you guys can share a few things off your list that you put down. Savannah, if you'll go.
I put down TV, coffee, and my roommates.
Mary, what did you put?
He stole it. But roommates, loud noises, or lights.
Now, what did you put that could help you go to sleep or fall asleep at night?
Dark room and melatonin.
Nice. What'd you put?
Tea, reading a book, and my stuffed animals.
Awesome. So we're gonna move right on into the very last. We're gonna learn real fast about the stages of sleep. So there are 5 stages of sleep, and the very first 2 go hand in hand. So in these very first 2 stages, it's when you're first falling asleep. So your heart still beats pretty fast. You can be woken up. So it's like if you hear a noise, it's gonna wake you up. You're very alert still. You aren't in that deep sleep yet. Your eyes move rapidly, sort of like you blink still. When in stages 3 and 4, which also go hand in hand, you're in a deep sleep. Your heart starts to slow down. Your breathing starts to slow down. You aren't as alert. It'll be harder to wake you up. You're drifting. You are not as alert. This is the sleep you want to be in when you fall asleep. And then in stage 5, you're dreaming. This is where all of your dreams happen. So if you do dream at night, you are in that good, deep, deep sleep that you want to be in. So now we're going to do our very last assignment for the day. We're going to pair off into groups, but there's not a big class today, so we're actually going to just do it, each of you just do a group. So Mary, you're going to do stages 1 and 2. Savannah, you're going to do stages 3 and 4. And you're going to do a quick poster of your stages, just telling what they are. So I'll do stage 5. And then we're going to share with each other at the very end, like at the very end of class, what our stage is. Like a little bit of information about it. All right. You guys almost done? You guys done? Alright, Mary, if you'll go first.
Okay. This is my poster.
It's beautiful.
Stages 1 and 2.
Okay.
They are when you're not in deep sleep yet. You just have a fast heart rate. You have crazy eyes. And you can still be woken up pretty easily. So, it's gonna be a first one asleep.
Good job.
Good job, Mary. Savannah?
For sleep stages 4 and 5, this is my poster. You have deep, slow breaths. You have a slow heart rate. It's hard to wake you up. This is what is considered deep sleep, and this is when your brain produces delta waves.
Good job, Savannah. Mary, did you hear what she said?
Yes.
So, I did stage 5. This is my poster. Mary.
Wow.
Thank you, Mary. Stage 5 is the deepest sleep. It's also when your breathing and your heart rate are the slowest. All of your dreams happen here, and it's where you want to be when you sleep. So, definitely want this type of sleep. Want to make it to this stage. So, most people do not, though. So, we've finished our lesson. Now we're going to go back to our KWL charts. And you're going to finish filling out, you're going to finish the L part. So, what did you learn in today's lesson? Yes, done?
Mhm.
Alright, me too.